Most e-commerce brands that exist today will not exist 12 months from now. And the scary part, the ones that are going to disappear have absolutely no idea it's coming. I'm not saying this to scare you. I'm saying this because I've been on calls brand after brand after brand all day, every day. And I keep seeing the same patterns, the same mistakes. And these brands are not bad brands. The founders are not lazy people. Typically, founders are not lazy people. And the products are not terrible. But there are 5 very, very specific things that are killing e-commerce brand. And most founders don't even recognize it until it's too late. Salam. I'm Usman, founder of MUF Media, performance marketing agency. We guarantee to 3x your sales in less than 90 days by using the funnel dripping strategy or give you the 50% refund. No drama, no excuses. And in the next few minutes, I want you to walk through all 5 killers one by one. And your responsibility is to check and analyze whether you are prone of this or not. As soon as you catch this, you will be safe. Let's start with the killer number 1. One traffic source, 0 safety net. Let me ask you a very simple question. What if Meta disable your ad account tomorrow morning? What happens to your sales? For most e-commerce brands, the honest answer is everything will be stopped. And I understand why this happens. When Facebook ads are working, it feels stupidity to invest time and money on something else, right? Because you find something that's bringing you the money and you just double down on it. And that totally makes sense. Until the day that algorithm shifts or your account gets flagged or a new iOS update changes how your audience is tracked. And suddenly that one pond you were drinking from got completely dry. Recently I spoke to footwear brand owner a month back. 3 years in business, doing pretty well, totally dependent on organic Instagram video for 90% of his revenue. Unfortunately, his account got restricted due to some policy issues or unpredictable AI of Meta. It took 6 weeks to resolve. 6 weeks of near zero sales. Rent, salaries, supplier payments, all still due. He told me that those 6 weeks were aged more than the 3 years of their business. Thankfully, the business survived, but barely. You know about that. The lesson is to never let one platform holds your entire business. You might heard this old saying, never put your all eggs in one basket. Which brings us to the killer number 2. And this one is something I see in almost every single brand I audit. Traffic without a conversion system. Most brands come to me and say, hey, please help us bring more traffic to our store. But when I audit them, they have no conversion system. Look, people are clicking on your ads. You are getting visitors to your store, landing on your product page, scrolling through, and they leave. And you were staggering what the hell is wrong with these guys? Why they aren't buying? But here's the real question you should be asking. Why would a complete strangers who found you through a random 30 seconds video ad hand you their card details? Isn't that sound stupid? What have you done in those 30 seconds to earn that trust? Because honestly, trust is not automatic. Trust is something built by complete strategy. Your product page is the place where you should build this trust. Most brands that I look over the next few months have the same things, the same product images with a white background, no VSL, no sticky CTA, no social proof, nothing else. And the founder is then staggering that the conversion rate is about 0.8%. Bro, you could run the best ads in the world, but if it lands on a page that doesn't convert, everything is futile. Fix your product page first. Which moves us to the killer number 3. Here's a scenario that is more common than it should be. A brand hired an agency, they pay a retainer, and they pay for ad spend on top. They get on weekly calls, they receive monthly reports. And 4 months later, the sales were exactly where they were before the agency showed up, sometimes even lower. And when the founder asks the hard question, when is this going to turn around? The answer is always some sort of version. We are still on the learning phase. The algorithm needs more data, or give it 2 more months. 2 more months. That nobody can actually afford, right? Honestly, the problem is not that agencies are evil. The problem is that most agencies have zero skin in the game. They are generic. targeting every type of business, marketing every type of business, regardless whether they have experience on a particular business or not. And if you hire someone who wins when you wins and loses when you lose, the entire dynamics changes. Every creative decision, every audience choice gets made differently because their income depends on your outcome. So before you sign in with an agency, always ask this sort of question from them: what do you lose if my results don't come? This one answer will tell you everything you need to know. Which moves us to the killer number 4. And this one is a silent one and most killing. Customers who buy once and disappear forever. Tell me if this sounds familiar. You run ad, someone clicks, they buy. Correct. And then you never hear from them again. Every month you keep running ads and strangers keep coming and buying and they disappear. It's something like every single month you are starting from zero, hunting for new customers, paying acquisition cost every single time. Because the people who have already bought from you, you have no way to reach them again. This is one of the most expensive mistakes an e-commerce brand can make. Because acquiring a new customer costs you between 5 to 7 times more than a customer who already bought from you. Yes, 5 to 7 times more. And yet most brands spending 95% of their budget on marketing and catching new customers, but spending nothing on the people who have already bought and trust you enough. Email marketing, SMS flows, retargeting campaigns, loyalty offers, these are not fancy extras. These are the things that determine whether your brand exists on a long-term basis, keeps burning the money just to acquire new and newer customers. Retention is not a luxury, it's a lifeline, man. Which moves us to the 5th killer. No offer that make people feel stupid to say no. Think about the last time you bought something online without even hesitating. What stops you from hesitation? I'm damn sure it wasn't the product. It was the offer that makes feel stupid to say no. The price felt right, the risk felt low, and the value felt high. And there was a reason you need to act right now rather than a week later. Most e-commerce brands have a decent product but a weak offer. And a weak offer in a crowded market is basically invisible because your customer is comparing you from every other option they have seen today. And if your offer doesn't make them feel like stupid to say no, everything is put in. They will pass it up every single time. And this is where I see brands getting destroyed by their competitor. A new brand shows up with a slightly powerful offer and you lose your customer, right? Because loyalty is not unconditional. Loyalty lasts as long as your offer makes them feel stupid to say no. So the question you should ask from yourself is not, is my product good? The question should be, is my offer really feel stupid to say no? If not, you have to work on your offer. And if you want to know about how to make an offer that makes them feel stupid to say no, watch this video. Because no amount of ad spend, no funnel, no agency can overhaul this particular area. So 5 killers. Number 1, never ever rely on a single traffic source. Killer number 2, never ever send your traffic to a product page which is not yet optimized enough to convert. Killer number 3, handing your budget to the people who don't lose when you lose. Killer number 4, keep acquiring the new customers and not spending on reacquiring the ones who have already bought from you. And last but not least, killer number 5, a weak offer that lets your competitors walk in and just take out your customers. Now take an honest look and tell yourself how many of these mistakes exist in your business. Because the brands who fix these 5 mistakes are the ones keep standing in the next 12 months. And the ones who ignore this, well, you know the consequences. And if you want to look us at your brand specifically and tell you exactly what is the biggest threat for your business right now, link is below. Book your 15-minute free audit with our team. And if this video gave you even one thing worth thinking about, subscribe because there's a lot more coming. Remember me in your prayers. See you in the next one.